Hey, John, how's it going? Hello, hello. Okay, John, is the sound okay? I didn't have an announcement go out because something was wrong with the thingy here. Okay, great. So we have a we'll have a small meeting day. Usually, I send out a notice on the through Facebook, and it wasn't working. The gizmo wasn't working. Whatever does that. Hi, GMT Master. How you doing? Hey, Clyde. Joas, how are you? Good evening, everyone. Good morning, Joas. Oh man. Um, well, oh boy, today's Thursday already. Um, I sent an email to Rolf Lang. Hi, Geezer, and I'll see what I get back. Maybe I'll get back something for this afternoon. I don't know. Over there now, it's about, let's see, if it's 8 o'clock there, 9, 10, 11, 2 o'clock there. So I don't know if you'll get it and stuff. So we'll see. Hi, Lee. Um, so what I wanted to do is get some clarification on that. Having it's really funny. I reread his email that he sent. I have to translate everything from German that he sends me, and vice versa. Hi, watch Fahrenheit. My Beazle is set to. Oh, great! Thanks, Fahrenheit. Oh, hi, NS something. How you doing? I'm not late, I swear. I'm not either. We both made it on time in or something. Hi, Mr. Grumby and Watch Habit. How you guys doing? Um, okay, so let me tell you where we are right now. I I sent an email. Hi, Chris. Here it is. It's a morning. It's morning for us. Good day for everyone. Hi, Glenn. Um, okay. Here's what I did. I reread this email that I had translated from German to English, and I had thought originally it said he could only do 5 pieces or 5 movements or 5 something, and so I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether he was talking about 5 watches or 5 what. In any case, I when I reread it, it was pretty clear that would be a minimum of 5, and then he would make them. One thing about where you have handmade movements, yeah, he'll get out his tools and stuff and poop and make them individually for us if we want to go in that direction. Um, I don't know. On the one hand, it getting if we got like the movement and the case for it, now that would be then all we'd have to do is get an enamel dial for it, and that might be very cool. And the to have a handmade one, that would be really something. If you guys haven't seen it, this will give you an idea of. Let me put it here. If you haven't seen this, did you start the monologue too? No, I am not writing to Sergeant Schultz, Clyde. Okay. Anyway, if you haven't seen this, hang on, I'm going to put this in here. If you haven't seen this video, this is the video that I did when I visited Rolf, about a year ago, and you can see the workshop and everything else, and it's really amazing. So anyway, if you haven't seen that video, take a look at it and give you an idea about that. Now, the other options, the other alternatives, is that we can still go with the UWD 31.2, which is with the Center's seconds. Those are expensive, close to $4,000 a pop, but you don't have to buy them all together. We can do it in onesies and twosies or however we want to. So that's the other option. And then probably the least expensive option would be to Vaucher, but the problem with Vaucher is that you got to buy 25. Now, I don't know. It's something that that I think is important. You know, if we're going to do this, the other alternative is we can say, well, we'll just go off on our own and do it, and we can talk about it, which is fine with me. We'll see what we can do. Hey, Dominic, see, does an 8 a.m. live show for me? It's 8 p.m. It's nice to catch a live chat. Thank you. Hey, Mark. Hey, Ian. How you doing, man? You know, I'm open to anything. If we got them from Rolf, there'd be a minimum of 5 that we need to get. And I sent him, like I said, I sent an email this morning to find out if, you know, what was included in that thing. If we just get the Canaletto black, that would be a very nice movement. It would be handmade too. As we wait, hang on, but take a look at that video, and you'll see what I mean. I mean, this is like going to a, you know, sort of a German chalet that looks a lot like a Swiss chalet. And he's got this workshop there with everything you need. He's got all of these young guys who want, you know, are just out of WOSOP or something that are dying to work with an independent watchmaker. So I don't know, you know, these are really super interesting possibilities. And so anyway, hey, Mark, Vaucher isn't answering to their email. No, I sent it to them. People, you know, sometimes I get the wonderful emails back from Voutilanen and Caton, and I have to write it all in French. And I explained to the guy, this is Google French, not French. And we've been chatting back and forth in French, and the same with Rolf and I in German. I use Google German. He uses real German. He doesn't, you know, so that worked out okay. Do you know if Voutilanen and Caton give discounts based on volume for cases? No, I don't know that, Mark, but I'm pretty sure that they do. I wouldn't imagine that they wouldn't. Hey, Mazine 44, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, I know it's things have been tight. How much does he charge for a movement? Glenn, this is what I'm trying to square away. I think it was $5,000, which is about, I don't know what, 400 and 4,800 euro, something like that. They're not inexpensive for a movement, but in terms of that level of horology, they're really great. And this, I don't know, it's an opportunity, I think, that might be really cool for us, but I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see what he says. Life getting in the way. Yeah, that happens to me too a lot. It was good fun. Right after you left, we started, okay, about Moses. I checked out the Hermes Slim after you mentioned it. Yeah, I like that dial too. That's a cool dial they have. Why not make both of them? Some of your audience want the higher end and some want Vaucher. Yeah, John could do that, with Vosseur. Um, there are a lot of options on that, and that would be great. I also really like the I keep finding the UW D 31.2. Now that I like a lot, and that's just, the thing about that. They don't give you much of a break for numbers if we got them as a group, and so we might as well get them individually, and then we don't have to hassle with some poor chump has to deal with all the money. This is the thing about working with Rolf. I mean, he's a great guy, but someone's going to have to hold on to a whole lot of money, and that makes me really nervous. So we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Uh, Rolf Lang handmade movement is beautiful. It's incredible. It really is. It's a gorgeous movement. But see, this is it's handmade. One of the now he gave us the really good one. I mean, he has different levels. There's a Canaletto black. There's a regular Canaletto, and then there's a Canaletto. What's it called? Chronometer, marine chronometer, and he gave us the marine chronometer version, and it's really amazing. It really is. So it's like we have sort of an embarrassment of riches, if you will, because I like them all. I like Vosseur. I like the price especially. I like UWD by Marco Lang. Uh, I got by the way, too, when I wrote him the other day, I got the nicest note back. And that was nice. So I told him to be sure to let us know right away as soon as he could when he comes out with something new. It's going to be. I'm very excited about that. I'd love to see him. Uh, See if I can talk him into it. Say now, listen, Marco. What if you made movements that we could buy from you? I don't know. Yeah, Canaletto is 37 millimeters. That was I mentioned that to Rolf, and that was why I sort of hinted at maybe for that much we could get both the movement and the case with it, which would solve all kinds of problems. Wouldn't even mention the movement, but I would like to get the buckle. The buckle has a little his little logo on it. So these options we have, I think, are really cool. I may end up getting all three of them because you know it's like, well, this might be a thing to do. Uh, yeah, that's true. If the UWD was less expensive, I think I'd just explore getting a whole custom watch made with one. If the Vosseur was available in singles, I'd do the same. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Inside a Sartori Ballard case with their blue burgundy titanium dials and a minute track. That would be a thing you could do. Let's see. Okie doke. Thanks, Geezer. Hey, Stefan, bit late, but you may all have a decent and healthy morning. Hope with a hot beverage. Yeah, that'd be cool. Patience is the name of the game. Yeah, John, you're right. I don't want to jump the gun on any of this stuff. See, the thing that bothers me the most about Rolf Lang is that he would drop this other stuff that he's working on, and then put together 5 or more for us. And I don't know why that, because I really like Rolf and he's a great guy, but I don't want to put anybody out in a special way unless, I'm thinking, man, that's what I really, really want. And that's what we can do the most with. And that's how come I sent him an email and said, what would that entail? If it's just a movement, or if it's a movement in a case, that would make it a whole different thing. But then again, thing I don't like to do is to accumulate everybody's money. Maybe I could have them wire it directly to Rolf or something. I don't know. Any ideas you guys have? Anything new? Yeah. Oh, one thing I think somebody said, I don't know if it was this morning, but they said, well, why not have some people don't want to spend a lot of money on a movement. What if they went out and they got another kind of movement, like what are those, Miotas or something like that, or some other kind of movement, and just sort of put something together on the basis of that, or I don't know, any other kind of movements that are available out there. Um, so that's this is what we've been doing over at the with the pretentious watchmakers. We just sort of taking stuff and putting it together and so forth. Well, but what I was hoping that we could do during this time is put together something with a really super good movement, and well, it'd be have a super good case. Would be cool too. Uh, seven Friday. You are talking about Seven Friday. I'm not sure what that is, Joas, but that wheat right over my head. A Japanese Swiss made watch. Yeah, it's like whatever anybody wants to do. Like I said, this is it's sort of like handling a movement like the ones that I have here. One of these guys handling one of them is it is fun, I gotta admit. And but the quality of the movements is okay. I mean, an okay with a in small okay, not okay, but okay. So, and it's sort of fun to do. So, there's this is something that done a after doing so many of those, you start wondering, well, instead of paying $20,000 for for a really good watch, let's see what we can do. That's simply the whole idea. You got a Seagull 6497 yesterday. Way to go. That's what I got working on over here too. Oh, I'll tell you something that's really funny that happened that's sort of interesting. I'd like to get your reaction on it. Um, I don't know, is Bill A here? Bill's a really cool guy. He's a watchmaker. I mean, pretentious watchmaker like I am, except he's not quite pretentious enough, and he's got to work on that part. He's really got some talent, though. One of the things that Bill did, he wanted to get he wanted to get one of these, a perpetual regulator, and the poor guy's a perpetual regulator. They went through the perfect storm. Uh, First of all, there was a lot of unrest in Hong Kong, and so things sort of, it's hard getting stuff done. When I was in college, I used to have riots all the time. Like, oh boy, all I want to do is change a class, and it was sort of rocky. And so I can imagine a similar thing in Hong Kong. And so that was the first thing that happened. Then he got his movements from Seagull. They're called ST1711s. There was a problem with them. Okay, so he's all set to go. Finally, he's getting the new movements, and wham, they got shut down with COVID-19. So finally, he's got his, the people who had ordered watches. Well, Bill had ordered one and sent him, I think it was a down payment on it or something like that. And so, after all of this stuff happened, he says, "Well, I'll tell you what, guys, you can I'll either sell you the watch for some big discount, or I'll give you a refund." So Bill said, "Well, you never know what's going to happen. I'll take the refund." Who likes to see their money fly away? Nobody. So then, this was back a few months ago. So then he comes back and he says, he decided now he wants to buy it. Well, they came back and he said, "Okay, this new batch will now be ready in August." And so Bill emails the guy and said he wants to order one now that they got their everything squared away. The guy sent an email back and said, "No, I recognize your email. You wanted a refund, so we're